This is Bowen. I am the founder of Marketing on Purpose, and I am your host for the Marketing on Purpose show. And today I am flying solo. I am here to talk to you about purpose for your business and the role that purpose plays in your marketing and the role that it can play in your growth, like money-wise, because we all want to make some more money. I know that if you have a business, you also want to help people. The reason I know this is I have been working with, hey, Tiffany, I've been working with a lot of clients over the last year and a half. And every time I ask them, why are you doing this? What do you want to accomplish for your business? Like, what do you want? What is a good change you want to do for the world, for your customers? They all say, I want to help people. I want to help people. And so I know that as an entrepreneur, you are probably also driven to help people. But purpose goes beyond that, and you have to get a lot more clear about what change you want to make in this world for your customers, for the community, if you're going to use that purpose to help fuel your growth, as well as to make that change and to keep you moving forward in a really positive way. Because let's face it, guys, when you're an entrepreneur, there are ups and there are downs. And it is hard sometimes to stay on track. But when you have a deeper reason for what you're doing that you can connect with, it is going to help you keep going. So purpose has so many different reasons why it's important. And I want to talk to you. I'm going to share this little thing. So when I was in university, and we were learning about marketing and taking all those intro to marketing courses. This was eons ago, it seems. We learned about the 4 P's of marketing: price, product, place, promotion, right? And then sometimes they say person too. And person obviously being the most important, being your customer. So I'm mentoring an MBA student right now. And so I was asking him, do they talk about purpose in your marketing classes? And he was like, no, they don't talk about it. And I think it's such a huge miss, because if we want to be relevant today with consumers, with customers, with buyers, we need to have a deeper meaning for what we do. People care about what their brands that they purchase and what the companies they purchase from. They care that their purchase is doing some good. So I'm going to give you a couple stats on that, and tell you a couple stories about companies who have really embraced purpose as their differentiator. So every company needs to have a reason why, right? You can't go out and be a coffee shop and have nothing that differentiates you from the other coffee shops, right? You don't want to be bland. You have to stand for something. You have to have a place in the minds and hearts of your customers and of your target audience. So purpose is one way to differentiate yourself. So if you are in a commodity business like soap, coffee, purpose can really help set you apart. So if you think about soap, like Dove, right? So Dove soap is all about body image. It's about body positivity. And if you watch some of those commercials and some of their ads and read some of the things that they post and all of their experiments that they do, it's all around showing women that it's okay to be in the body that you have, and you need to love and embrace it. And if you are a woman in their target audience, and you care about that, that is going to help sway your purchase decisions. So there's lots of things that sway purchase decisions. We know that purchases are emotional. And because they're emotional, tying your brand or your business to a stronger purpose will definitely help. So let's talk about some of the stats around purpose-driven brands. So here's one. So 73% of millennials are willing to pay more for sustainable goods. So that means products that are humane, good to animals, good to people, good to the planet. Millennials are willing to pay more for that. So if you are in a space where you can contribute to the betterment of society by having sustainable processes and goods, that's a good thing. And you should be sharing that in your marketing, right? Okay, let's see. What else do I have? 60% of millennials gravitate towards purchases that are an expression of their personality. So let's think about that. So one of the biggest brands out there today that everybody always talks about when they're talking about marketing is Apple. I love Apple for the brand that it is. So Apple's all about being different, thinking different. And if you watch any of the original ads and stuff that they did about that, it kind of puts the owner of Apple products into the space of, I am not status quo. I am not standard. I am different. I think different. So when they first came out with all those Macs and stuff, it was mostly creative people who had these Macs in creative type careers. And it was an expression of their personality. So that Apple on the back of the computer was an expression of their personality. So I'll tell you a story about Apple. When I was starting my business about 18 months ago, I had to buy a laptop because I was working as the chief marketing officer at a tech company, and I had a Mac there, and I had been at agencies and stuff before, and I had Macs there. And so I really wanted to buy a Mac. But the price point was a little high, and I was a little bit nervous because I didn't know, was this company going to go? Was it not going to go? Like, there's all that stuff that creeps in, right? So I went and I bought an Asus. Well, I love the Asus. It does great things, but it was less money. But I'll tell you, I have had buyer's remorse for a year and a half. I'm like, my business partner over at Handled Social Media Training, Erica, she always talks about how, oh, if you had a Mac, you could airdrop this, you could do that, because she knows that I really want to be associated with that think different, creative, you know, purpose of that brand. So that brand talks about bringing that different, being different. And for me, that's important to me. So the fact that I don't have a Mac actually is not feeling good for me. So I will be buying a Mac soon enough. But it's a really good example of how a brand is so strong that not having it is impacting my feelings, right? So I don't know if I do have other Apple products, but that's just a one example. So what we know, okay, so I'm going to share a couple things here. Here we go. So purpose inspires. Purpose inspires. So let's think about that. If you have a deeper meaning for your business, and purpose not being the objective of your business, like the objective of your business is to make money. Like, you have to have a profit objective in your business, right? But that's not your purpose. Your purpose has to be something deep and meaningful, and your purpose comes from the founder. And we're going to talk about that next. But first, I want to make it clear, purpose actually sells. If you have a strong purpose, you are going to probably be able to appeal to more people and sell more. Because inspiration is a really strong emotion. And inspiration can trigger buying behavior. So I'm going to give you an example of a company that has some products that are really purpose driven. So they're saying, we are stating our flag in the ground is purpose. So like Dove, for instance. And they have some products that are not purpose driven. So they might have a different differentiator. So the example I have is Unilever. So Unilever has hundreds of brands. As of 2016, when I saw some research about 2016, the brands within their portfolio that were differentiating themselves on purpose based on some greater good they wanted to do, some movement they wanted to make. So this would be like the Hellmans, the real food movement, or the Ben and Jerry's, all about social justice, Dove about body positivity and body image. So these brands that have a deeper meaning above and beyond, they were growing 30% faster than all of the other brands in their portfolio. That tells you something about the buyers today, right? Buyers care about doing good. So inspiration does sell. The other thing that purpose can do is if you have a strong purpose for your business and people resonate, that purpose resonates with people, it is going to help you establish trust. So you trust people, or it's easier to trust people who believe what you believe, right? And we know that trust is so important in buying decisions. People buy from people they like, admire, trust, right? So if you have a deep purpose that your ideal customer also believes in, that is going to help you improve your sales. So purpose starts with the founder. This is where I really want to go with you guys today, is if you are the owner of your business, it is up to you to figure out what is it that you stand for, or what is it that you stand against? What is the good, positive change that you want to make? So for me, when I started my business, I was finally following through on something that I had wanted to do for a really long time. So when I was younger, I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to be a broadcaster on TV. And my mother was in that industry, and she said, do not do it. It was going through a downturn in that industry at that time. And I think she didn't want me to move away, maybe. But anyways, I listened to her, and I didn't go for my dream. And I had done that a few times in my life. And then fast forward, a decade, and I had kids. And when I think about my kids and what I want for them the most, is I want them to go for it. I want them to not be afraid to go for their dreams. I want them to believe that they can do and be anything they want to be. So when I founded Marketing on Purpose, that was one of the biggest things, one of the biggest gifts that I wanted to give the most important people in my entire life, was this knowing that they could do and be anything they wanted to do and be. And so when I dug deep on what do I want to accomplish with this company that I have created, is I want to help people have their dreams come true. And I know that sounds really big, and a lot of the time purpose is big. It does sound big. And sometimes it's aspirational. Like I can't alone by offering, marketing boot camps and consulting and one-on-one training. I can't make somebody's dreams come true. Like it's not up to me, but I can give them a nudge in the right direction. I can give them tools to help them do that. And best of all, I can show my client or my kids, I can show my children, client after client after client, people going for their dreams and being successful. And I truly believe that when you see people being successful and doing great things and following their passions, that you will do that too. And so my company is all about helping people make their dreams come true, and selfishly so that I can prove to my kids that dreams can come true and they're going to go for it. And it means something to me. It also resonates with my clients. So it starts with the founder. I'm going to give you another example of a brand that you may know, and it's a pretty good story. So I don't know if anybody who's watching is familiar with Graco. If you have kids, you probably are, because you may have a Graco car seat or swing or something like that. So the way that Graco came to be, the story of Graco, is that the owner, the founder, came home one day and his wife was rocking their baby. And she had tied a string to the porch swing. And she was sitting reading a book and she was pulling the string back and forth. And he realized like she needs time to herself. She needs a way for her baby to be safe, her baby to be comfortable, where she can also go out or she can also take a bath or eat or, do whatever she wanted to do, have some time for herself. So in that moment, when he saw his wife doing that, he realized, you know what? I can help so many women, mothers or fathers, but at that time he was thinking mothers, to take care of themselves as they also take care of their kids. So he pulled in some people, and it didn't just go poof, and all of a sudden he has this amazing company. And they created the Swing-O-Matic, which was the first swing for rocking your babies. And he was the founder, and that was years ago. But the company still has that purpose. The purpose of Graco is giving care to the caregiver. Giving care to the caregiver. That's what they say their purpose is. It's still that. So it started with that moment and something personal to the founder. And he's pushed that through his company and created this awesome company that has so many great products, all stemmed around this purpose. I can go on and on with examples. I have been studying purpose for, a year and a half now, even since before I started my business. I've read tens of I don't know, 20 books maybe on it, and watched a lot of things. And so there's so many examples of how purpose can help you grow your business. But it really does need to start with you, the founder. So my advice today for this Marketing on Purpose show is to start thinking about why you started your business and what's really important to you. What do you believe? What do you believe is going to make this world better? And whether you're selling ice cream or you're selling massage therapy services, it doesn't matter. Your purpose is the foundation. And then how you go and execute it and how you go and change the world or change the lives of your customers or communities, you can do that in a number of different ways. Somebody else might have the same purpose as me to help make dreams come true, but they may have a completely different product, a completely different service. I mean, they could sell beer, but if they're grounded in that and that is important to their clients, their customers, that's what makes it important to your business. I'm going to give you one more story about purpose because I love this one. I love a good Frappuccino from Starbucks. I enjoy Starbucks, and their differentiator is not purpose. It's actually, experience based, right? Like they don't sell coffee, they sell that experience. But they have a hugely strong purpose that is helping to inspire a lot of people. And so I'm going to share that story with you. So their founder, Howard Schwartz, grew up in Brooklyn in a very poor neighborhood, grew up in housing projects. He didn't have a lot of money. And he watched his parents really, really struggle. And I'm going to read a quote from an article that I read about him because I could never say it as well as he did. So he says, when I was 7 years old, I had a defining moment in my life. I saw the fracturing of the American dream. I saw my parents go through hopelessness and despair. And those scars, that shame is still with me today. That is That's rough. When I read that, I get emotional because I think, oh my word, could you imagine watching your parents go through hopelessness and despair and growing up with that? Really tough. But what did he do with that? He took that and he fueled his business. He knew that if he could grow a big enough business, he could make a huge impact for people in that situation. So he sells coffee. He sells that coffee experience. But today I don't know the exact number, but it's around $84 billion. And he puts social corporate responsibility on the map. He has had such a huge impact on other businesses doing the right thing because it mattered to him personally. And he could take that and fuel so much goodness. So Starbucks put corporate responsibility on the forefront. He led the way to having more companies be more responsible. And it's important. So, and he makes a lot of money, right? So having a purpose for your business, it just adds depth. It gives you those layers that you need to connect with your customers. Customers today want more than just a transaction. They want connection. They want authenticity. They want their purchases to matter. And I just think about all the small businesses that I'm helping and all of the small businesses around the world and the impact that we can have on society. It's massive. If we all dig deep and figure out what is the good that we want to do, what is the good we want to do, and we put that into our business, I think that this world would be so much better off. There's so many small businesses and business in general. And if we all push forward and try to create more meaning in what we do, this is going to be a much better world for our kids. So again, just to recap, purpose inspires, inspiration sells. Purpose builds trust, trust sells. Purpose-driven brands are growing faster than non-purpose-driven brands. Purpose can make you as a commodity brand. If you are a commodity brand, it can make you stand out. It can give you something exciting to talk about, and it can make people connect with you. And purpose can help you inspire others within your organization, your clients, and yourself to keep going when those times are really tough. So hopefully after today, you'll start sitting back and say, why did I start this business? And just start peeling back those layers. Why? Ask yourself why until you cannot answer it anymore. And you might get down to what is the core reason that this business exists. And then you can figure out, how do I start to incorporate that into my messaging and into my branding and into my products and services, and start inspiring change. So if anybody has any questions around this topic, please put them in the comments. If you are struggling to find purpose in your business, I have a mini boot camp that's available anytime. It's 3 sessions with me and some training videos, some exercises to help you find purpose. And I will share the link for that. But really, it's about digging deep, being vulnerable, and trying to figure out, what is the good you can do? Because the profit will follow. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.